In a journey of love, there's always that crucial moment before I do that actually sets the stage for a lifetime. You're welcome to Before You Say I Do. My name is Chris Kaza, and this is a brand new episode that we are bringing to you. If you're just joining us for the first time, well, this is where we have very explosive and transformative discussions that will help you navigate your journey of love before you actually walk that out. Anyway, we actually have our guest here with us in the studio, but before we introduce the guest, I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Dano Milk and GTP. Thank you for holding us down throughout this family month. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I will be introducing my guest, and we'll jump straight into the conversation of the day. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Before You Say I Do. And on today's episode of Before You Say I Do, we're about to have a very interesting conversation. So I'm just going to ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. With me in the studio is Mrs. Marie Rose Saki, an entrepreneur and a certified counselor. Hello, Marie Rose.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How's everything?
I'm very well, thank you. How about you?
Fine, thank you too. So today we are about to have a very important conversation, and this is a conversation that always causes conflict among couples, and not just among couples, everybody, because there's always a different opinion coming from somewhere. So we're talking about marriage and expectations, basically roles and responsibilities. I watched a video where a lady came out to say online that a man can be, responsible before he gets married. He cleans his house, he does the dishes and everything. And as soon as he gets married, he forgets that he used to do those things. Someone else begins to do it. All right, so now, how do you envision roles in marriage?
Yes, thank you very much. Roles always come as a big bang in marriage, because like you said, men, when they're in their mother's homes, they work. They are trained to do, except a few. They are trained to sweep, or even if you're not trained to do those things. In your home, when you go through a boarding school in Ghana, you would certainly go through those roles. Sweeping, laying your bed, keeping your things right, doing laundry, things like that.
Yeah.
And
even cooking.
Even cooking, you might not do it in school, but you do it at home or somewhere.
Right.
Some people might not have the opportunity to cook, but you should be able to put food together. Cooking is not just fixing food, let me put it that way. It's not just putting something on fire, but you can fix food, like fix sandwich, you can make some beverage, simple things like that. Boil egg, fry egg, simple things like that. But before I go on, let me tell you a story about a chef, an executive chef. He's a trained chef. That's what he does. Every day he gets up to work, he goes to work and cook for somebody to eat. He comes home and he becomes limp. He's waiting for his wife to cook for him. And I asked him, why do you do that? And he said, well, he cooks all these continental, exotic, all those kind of foods. And he can't come and put that in the house because it will make the wife feel inferior. So whatever the wife prepares, he wants her to feel that her food is special to him, despite the fact that he's a professional. So he allows the wife to cook her abenkwai, her light soup, everything for him to eat. And that is his only reason why he allows the wife to cook for him. He could take over. But then he does it once in a long while, he will do it. But he doesn't want to rub it in the face of the wife that I am the chef.
Yeah.
I know everything about gastronomy. So what are you talking about? So that was his reason. But some people just leave it because he said, I've married a wife. And that wife is supposed to cook for me, clean for me, take care of my babies, give me babies. The wife is supposed to do marketing, do shopping, do everything. Everything is the wife. And that's how they've been programmed to believe. but it is not so. Both man and woman can do something, and we have to lay that clear. In certain homes, they don't put it down that you do this, I do that. It's just that because we love ourselves, when I think that the thing needs to be done and I'm the one available, I do it. Just this morning, I was talking to somebody and he was telling me about how the wife's work is so demanding.
Right.
And so he ends up taking care of the whole house, plus the children and all that. And there are days that when the wife has time on her hands, she will also take over and do as much as she should. I think some couple have been able to come to that kind of unspoken or unwritten agreements, and it works for them.
Because they understand.
It's an understanding. But some people would not do, even when you tell them. All they know is that they will play games, they go to work, they come, then they come and eat, then especially the men. Then they'll play games and it's all hanging out with friends. They go out and come in and it's like, hey, or the food is not ready. What have you been doing all day?
Or they invite more friends and you're supposed to pound fufu.
But in this contemporary world, or the new digital world, or techno world in which we are, things are changing. You should be able to help. If your mommy didn't teach you how to cook, there are recipes online. You should be able to pull some simple recipe, or ask your wife, how do you do this? Or when your wife is cooking, be with her at the kitchen so that when she's not available, you can fix something for yourself. There are some men that it's so bad to the extent that even when the wives are traveling or they are not available and they cook and put in the freezer, they still have to be instructed to be told what to do, how to microwave the food, or how to take the food and even warm it to eat. It becomes very difficult on the woman. So it's not just food and all that kind of thing, but even how to spend money. Now, women are not like those days when women stayed at home and took care of kids and made babies and cooked. These days, the women are also out there, and some are even doing bigger jobs and bringing in more money to the house. So as a couple, you have to sit down and know that because of your schedule or because of your whatever timetable and all that, I will do this, you will do that. Maybe you go to work early, I don't go to work early. So I'll be the one, I wake up, when you go, I will fix the house, I'll clean the house and put the house in order. Weekends when you're home, you also take over. So you could decide that it's not written out that you do this, I do this, but you do it when the need comes. That we all do it, or you all put your hands to the plow. I have a friend who says that in her house, over the weekend, she and her family, every hand on deck, they do massive cleaning in the house, and when they finish, they will cook and put it on a platter, and all hands, they will eat together from the same platter. Everybody and what works for them. So you have to look at your situation and come up with rules, how to take care of the babies. You should learn how to change diapers. If you don't know how to change diapers, you should be able to bottle feed the baby because you don't have breast to feed the baby. But at least when the milk is expressed, you should be able to bottle feed the baby. You should be able to cuddle the baby to sleep. You should be able to do certain little things while the woman is doing some other things, so that the home is peaceful and the burden is not on the shoulder of one person. Sometimes it can even be a man. Sometimes a man, I've had a complaint yesterday. So another couple, the man was telling me, oh, the wife, she doesn't know how to do anything. All she knows is cook. As soon as she wakes up in the morning, what are you going to eat? And that's all that she knows, cook food and eat. Cleaning of the house, all those things, they're not part of a plan. So you have to sit down and look at what you have. What kind of house? Sometimes you are living in just a bed sitter, so it's not a difficult thing. It's a small house. If you have 2 bedroom, if you have 3 bedroom, you have 4 bedroom, if you have 5 bedroom with a compound, with a lawn, with flowers, with all the additives, you can imagine the work in the house. And then you have 2, 3 children, they are wearing 3, 4 clothing in a day, plus you and your husband, so the laundry will be piling like that. Even if you have a washing machine, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Sorting and putting in the machine and then going to hang so many clothes, it's a lot of work. Or ironing and all that. So you have to come with some decisions. Who takes charge of what? Maybe I'll do the laundry, you do the hanging, or I do the ironing. Or you can decide, for me, when my children were growing, I read a book, and I think it helped me. I realized that children, you don't have to, because we used to iron everything, and iron all the panties and all the small socks and all those things. It was a lot of work. So when I read that book, I took it from it. And so as soon as we wash, you shake it well before you stretch it a bit. I mean, pull it out so that the wrinkles in it opens up. And then you hang it. By the time it dries, it's not too crumpled. And then you fold it nicely like you're ironing with your hands, and fold it and put it down. The pressure on it alone irons it. So like their house dress and all those kind of things, I don't spend time to
iron it. Yeah.
Yes. And then when they are going out, their outing clothing, then those ones you iron. So you have to choose. Your clothing you wear to work, it needs ironing. So you have to look at the priorities, choose which one. But there's some people, they are so fussy, they want you to iron my panty, iron my belt, iron my singlet, iron everything. And it's a lot of work. So if you want me to do all that, cook for you 3 times a day and all that, then you have to also bring a supporting hand. It's not just providing money.
Right.
Because now women also have their money. So also you also have to extend or bring in your hands, put your hands on deck. Don't be the men who don't lift finger at home and just sit and give instructions and watch soccer. That era is past. If you want a peaceful home, if you want your marriage to be, sweet and the love grows deeper, you need to help your partner so that they can also get energy. When they use all that time and they are doing all that work, and in the evening you want, or in the night, you want, to be pampered, and the lady tells you, I'm tired.
You need to understand.
You need to understand, because you have piled too much. But you want that treat, then please put your hands on deck. We should all contribute. Some will say that, why is it that as a man, the woman wants me to provide 100% financial support, and then you want me to come and help you and all that? Yes. Financial support, if you have what it takes to provide. In our side of the world, yes, but even now, it's still, even that one is also changing. Because once again, this morning somebody was telling me, his earnings was, lower than his wife. Right. And apparently the wife had been saving her money. So at the point they needed money to do something, and the woman just brought so much cash for them to be able to handle whatever situation that they had to handle. And this is a contribution from a woman. So what a man can do, a woman can do better. We know that. It's been said. So let's all try and help ourselves. You can decide to, those who want to divide it clearly, you can decide to set the roles. I'll provide 75% financial support and you bring 25. Are we doing 50-50?
Yeah.
The house chores, we also make it 50-50. If we're doing financial 50-50, house chores 50-50, everything 50-50. If you are doing
so we know where it's a
50-50, then you know where it comes. Yes. So if you are doing 100%, you have to. But then that's where some people say, so I'm doing 100%, so it means I won't lift a finger. No, whatever that it is, it's still too much. Different areas. So you can't just say that I'm giving only money. Money can weed. Money can't water lawn. Money can wash. Money can do all those things.
Money cannot satisfy you.
Yes, even if you are getting somebody to do it, you are employing a hand each coming. You need somebody to supervise and make sure that it is done well. So we must be considerate of each other and be helpful at home.
Right. So, but what are we supposed to expect in terms of emotional support and companionship from our partners?
Well, support be there. There's it's a complaint I've had a lot, and when your partner is going through a difficult patch, sometimes the other person doesn't even care. He doesn't even find out what's happening to you, what are you going through, how has it been, how is it going. Maybe they tell you, ask once, and the person tells you, you never follow up to find out, is it better, has it gone better, are you okay? So we should be able to be vulnerable to each other, be able to come to the other person's side and offer a helping hand or a shoulder for the person to lay on when they are tired. You should be, for both sides, both the man and the woman, let your partner come home and know that, I know that when I go home, my wife is there and everything is sorted. Let the wife also know that when I go, my husband is there. I have the support. I can lean on him. Let them have that belief in them that you are there because you give them a listening ear. You give them the chest to lie on. You give them the shoulder to lie on. You give them the lap to lie on. You whisper good things into their ear. You bring their confidence back. You make them, you put a smile on their faces in one way or the other. So this is how we support emotionally. Because emotional things can be a bit tough because they are not physical. You don't see it.
Right.
And some people are too busy, so they don't seem to even realize that there are many women said, so didn't you see my face?
All right. Anyway, on that note, it's time for us to take a quick break, and then we will come back and continue the conversation. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Before You Say I Do, and we're actually having a conversation on marriage and expectations. All right, so we're just going to continue that. So how do couples identify and communicate their expectations in marriage before they actually say I do?
Yes. Like I said, before you marry, you definitely have some kind of courtship. In all those times, you get to know the aspirations and the vision or the dreams and all that. So your expectation, some people, they are just, especially some of our women, all the expectation in marriage is I'm married to have children, and that becomes the big picture, and then they kind of shelve all other things. And so they get into the marriage, and maybe that big picture is not happening immediately.
Right.
Then everything crumbles. But I think you should be able to discuss with your partner or with your spouse all these expectations, financial expectation. How do you expect to build up wealth in your marriage? Your health expectation, what kind of foods you'll be eating to be able to make sure that you stay healthy, or even get to know your health status. Some people marry and they don't even know the health status of their wives or their husbands. They don't know their blood groups. They don't know their sickling situation and all that. All these things, they are part of your expectations. When you know that your husband or your wife has some health issue, you know how to handle the person. And you know what to expect in the marriage. Because if your wife tells you, I'm tired, you know that she's tired because of this reason. So then you'll be considerate, or you'll be able to help her without being judgmental, or accept her as she is. You can also have career expectations that, okay, as we are going into the marriage, some people may enter the marriage at the top of their career. And so there will not be any need for much career development, maybe except here and there, training or conferences and all that. Some people too will be starting from ground zero, that they have to build their career. But you have to talk about all these things to know that I have an expectation. I want to become this, even though I'm here. So as I come into the marriage, this is what I want. I want to become a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a teacher. So as we enter the marriage, I'm going to go into these areas. When it comes to that point, don't be an inhibition to me, or don't be a block to me. Some men somehow feel that when their wives get education, or they get into high career levels, they might not respect them, so they try to discourage them and all that. You should know her expectation, and the woman, you should also know his expectations, so that you can merge it.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, and then suddenly
it takes you as a surprise.
Yes, it comes out like that. It becomes very difficult, and some have even contributed to broken homes because of all this, because I want to do that, and I also want to do that, or because both of you are hungry for a certain level in life. You all decide, instead of planning that, okay, so I will start, then you also go. Then they all want to do it at the same time, and the children suffer. You find the children in the hands of people they shouldn't be in the hands of, and then they will have financial constraints because money is being pushed in education, and education is not cheap. So all these things, when you have these expectations, you know that this is how we are going. It has come to that point because of some experiences in the past where some women have sat back and it's like, oh, you go ahead and go and develop yourself, and then when the money comes, we all enjoy it. Only for the man to develop himself and get some big
and develop a better taste or a bigger taste.
Yes.
And he wants a better woman that fits his
and then
aesthetic.
He goes and gets, and then yes, he gets a bigger taste. Now you don't fit him. When you were grinding pepper on the stone to make him, now he wants a woman who does the microwave or who does high halogen lamps, whatever, halogen cookers and all that kind of thing. Then they go in for some exotic woman and throw you away because now you don't fit their status in life, which has caused many women to rise up and also develop themselves in the professional or career-wise. And so it's kind of bring conflict along the way. But with all these expectations, all these things, sometimes if it's possible, you can even write them down, jot them in a book. You have to have your book, your special book as a couple, where you put things, your vision, your dreams and all that. I don't think it's too business-like because marriage is a serious business. It is not for immature people. It's for mature and semi-mature people. So once you get in there, you know that you are in for the long haul.
Right.
And you have certain expectations that you would have to work towards. So when you pen them down, at least it helps you and it serves as a guide for you to get to the next level or whatever path that you want to cut for yourself.
Right.
So we should, have that heart and mind to be able to merge our expectations for our good, so that it's not, yes, we are individuals, but we are a couple. So you have to be able to develop your individual expectations and your couple expectation, and all to bring a healthy growth into the marriage.
Okay, so do cultural backgrounds actually affect the expectations?
Oh, a lot. You know, there are some some of our tribes in Ghana, I won't mention any tribe, but some of our, you know how they will say, Bema dear. So you say, Bema dear, as a man, you have to do that. As a man, Obia, that's what you have to do. A woman does it. So they're so stereotyped, or they've been put in a certain mindset that no matter how education they get or how educated they become, somehow, I don't know whether because they know it works well for them or it's to their advantage, they decide to stay in that kind of mindset.
That way?
Yes, so that they can get the best out of. But then both of you would have to win. Marriage is about the two of you. So you can't go into marriage with a mindset that it is only me. It should always be us. What is good for us? What is good for us? But some people go into marriage, me and my family. You are going because you and your family, and you are with your spouse, and you're talking about maybe your siblings, or I'm doing this because I have to work and get more money because I have 10 other siblings following me. I have to take care of all of them, plus my mother and father. And when will you come to your wife and children? You know, so this kind of mindset that our traditional culture puts in us, you have to take care of your family, family first, and all that. Yes, it's good, but the family is your nuclear family.
Yes.
First,
not your
then
extended.
you can add the others, but your extended family doesn't come ahead of your nuclear family. So whatever that you are doing, you have to think about the fact that at the end of the day, now in this world, there's so much light. People are enlightened. People know what is good for them. People know their rights. It's not like those days that people didn't know. And because of the abundance of knowledge, people are quite assertive and they want to get what is rightfully theirs or what they deserve. Nobody wants to get the short end of the stick in marriage because of what has happened previously, experiences and all that. So we shouldn't let the cultural thing, as much as our culture is good, but where there are excesses, we need to correct it. and be able to be adaptable to our changing times, because times are changing. We can't live in the days when, Stone Age kind of ideologies. We have to be able to be adaptable, to know how the trends are. That's why we have trends, how things are going. And trends are in everything. So you should know how marriages are going nowadays, how young people, their expectations in marriage and all that, because everybody's bringing something to the table.
Exactly.
They have higher expectations. Those days we can just marry a woman and you don't even have a bed and the woman will follow you. But now you can't get that. Yes. Sure. How many women are going to follow you if you don't have a bed?
Exactly.
That they want to follow you. You don't have anything. Most women, they will not. So things are changing. And for that reason, you have to sit. If you find somebody that you think that you love the person so much, you want to share your life with for the rest of your life, you need to sit down
and have
a good communication and understanding about how you're going to weather the different situation, and always pledge your pledge to each other that whatever that the situation is, we're going to go through together.
Right.
Don't go into marriage with the mind that when I do well, then I go away with it and then leave the other person suffering.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation. And viewers, as you can see, it's all about understanding each other's vision, and understanding each other's vision will help you build a better foundation for your marriage. Anyway, we've been speaking to Mrs. Marie Rose Saki, an entrepreneur and a certified counselor. And today's topic has been marriage and expectations, and I hope you enjoyed it, because I did enjoy it. Thank you so much, Marie. Marie, how can people reach out to you in case they want to call you or come for counseling?
Yeah. Okay, I'll give a number.
Yeah.
0277.
No, sorry, if you're not comfortable about that, you can give your your work address or something.
Yeah.
Maybe Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram, I don't do the counseling on my Instagram. Instagram is more my private
personal
business.
Yeah.
My I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
So I have MRS Designs, that's my business. Yes. So on Instagram, MRS Designs, and on Facebook, I'm Marie Rose Saki. So maybe you can reach to me on Facebook. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. If you want to reach out to her, if you have any issues that you want to get cancelled on, just reach out to her on Facebook, Marie Rose Saki. It was nice talking to you, Marie Rose. And a very big thank you to our sponsors, Dano Milk and GTP. Thank you for holding us down throughout this family month here at Citi TV and Citi 97.3 FM. Anyway, it's time for me to go right now. See you on the next episode of Before You Say I Do.